We appreciate you staying with us in this noon hour, 12:02. And Republican Vice Presidential nominee Mike Pence is spending the day in the Tar Heel State today. He spent some time in Charlotte this morning before heading to Leland, where he will hold a rally a little later today at Manufacturing Methods LLC. And we have a team following both of his stops, and we kick off our team coverage with Time Warner Cable news anchor Christina Watkins, who attended his event in Charlotte. And Christina, tell us a little bit about his stop there. All right, we seem to have lost Christina there. We are also following his stop. As I mentioned, we do have team coverage. He's heading to Leland, where he is expected to hold a rally a little later this afternoon, and that is where we find Time Warner Cable News reporter Brandon Shope. Brandon, what's the latest from where you are?
Yeah, thanks so much, Caroline. We are here in Leland in Brunswick County, where Republican Vice Presidential nominee Mike Pence is set to speak this afternoon around 3 o'clock at Manufacturing Methods. Now, I did speak with the Republican Party here in Brunswick County yesterday, and they say Mr. Pence will talk about industrial jobs and bringing back work to not only the Cape Fear region, but the entire state of North Carolina as well. Now, this is an outside event today. People already filing in. And I talked with one gentleman earlier this morning who drove here all the way from Virginia to show his support. He's been to more than 25 Donald Trump rallies so far.
I think he's going to bring jobs back from out of the country. He's going to have trade, but he wants fair trade. He doesn't want to have it lopsided where the foreign countries gain where we don't.
And we'll continue to stay out here throughout the entire day, bringing you live updates from the rally. Tickets are actually sold out, but we'll have the full broadcast for you this afternoon live at 3 p.m. For now, reporting in Brunswick County, I'm Brandon Shope for Time Warner Cable News.
Republican Vice Presidential nominee Mike Pence is spending the day in the Tar Heel State today. He spent some time in Charlotte this morning before heading to Leland, where he'll hold a rally a little later today at Manufacturing Methods LLC. And Time Warner Cable News reporter Brandon Shope joins us now live from Leland. And Brandon, what's going on there?
Yeah, hey, thanks so much, Caroline. We're here in Leland, where Republican Vice Presidential nominee Mike Pence is set to speak this afternoon around 3 o'clock. Now, as you can see here beside me, a lot of people already filing in, so a large crowd so far, about 75 to 100 people already, and more on the way are expected today. Mr. Pence will be speaking at Manufacturing Methods about industrial job growth. Now, I spoke with Leland Mayor Brenda Bozeman yesterday, and she actually told me that this just shows how important their small town is in the upcoming presidential election. Right now, I'm here with a longtime Republican supporter, Donald Trump supporter as well, Mr. Bernie Faulkner. How are you doing today, sir?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, can you just tell me a little bit about, obviously, you know, you and I were talking earlier about how you believe Mr. Pence is more conservative than Donald Trump. How is that going to help the ticket?
Well, I think what it does is it helps balance out the ticket. I feel Donald Trump has excellent ideas and can be a real change agent to fix a broken Washington. His jobs program, his economic policies, and all as a plus is going to be a real bonus to build and create new jobs.
Yes, sir. And you also mentioned to me earlier that you're originally from Indiana, but now you live here in Brunswick County and Holden Beach. Just tell me a little bit about what you would like to see in terms of job growth, not only here in the Cape Fear region, but the entire state of North Carolina.
Well, I think I have been an Indiana resident and know Governor Pence from his time in office. He did a wonderful job, and he and I think Donald Trump will have the policies and they're creating, allow small business to thrive, and small businesses are what create jobs in our economy. And I'm totally convinced that his economic plan far outweighs the Democratic candidate. Matter of fact, I'm convinced that her plan will stifle economic growth.
Thank you so much, Mr. Faulkner, for chatting with us today. We appreciate you talking to us. Now, we're going to continue to stay out here all day today. Tim Boyum will have coverage this afternoon here in Brunswick County. For now, reporting in Brunswick County, I'm Brandon Shope for Time Warner Cable News.
Republican Vice Presidential nominee Mike Pence spent the day in the Tar Heel State. He made a stop in Charlotte this morning before he held a rally this afternoon at Manufacturing Methods in Leland. Time Winner Cable News reporter Brandon Shope is there now to tell us more. Hi, Brandon.
Hey, thanks so much, Claudine. We are here in Leland, in Brunswick County, where Mike Pence spoke this afternoon around 3 o'clock. Now, a fairly large crowd was on hand for today's event. The focus of today's speech, jobs, free trade, and the economy. Now, Mr. Pence says it's about a stronger America and getting the economy moving again. He also spoke about foreign policy, calling Hillary Clinton's policies weak. And he did, whenever he was talking about Hillary Clinton, the crowd actually got really fired up. He said if terrorists threaten America, then they'll pay a price. He also said Governor Pat McCrory is doing a good job helping bring jobs to the state, and once again continued to talk about Hillary Clinton, and the crowd continued to boo. Here's some more of what he said.
I know the faith and the courage and the determination that it takes to build a business from the ground up, and Donald Trump is such a man, and as president, he's going to fight for more great American success stories like Pete's, like yours, and like people all across North Carolina.
Stay with Time Warner Cable News on air and online at twcnews.com for more. For now, reporting in Brunswick County, I'm Brandon Shope for Time Warner Cable News.
Republican Vice Presidential nominee Mike Pence spent the day in the Tar Heel State. He made a stop in Charlotte this morning before he held a rally this afternoon at Manufacturing Methods in Leland. Time Warner Cable News reporter Brandon Shope joins us now with Pence's message to voters. Hi, Brandon.
Yeah, hey, thanks so much, Claudine. We're here in Leland, where Republican Vice Presidential candidate Mike Pence spoke this afternoon to hundreds of people.
The end of the day, this election is really about a stronger America at home and abroad.
Mike Pence talked about the importance of bringing jobs not only to the Cape Fear region, but to the entire state of North Carolina as well.
He's going to bring real trade reform. I was at that North Carolina ports, and Donald Trump and I both believe in free trade. But the time has come for us to let one of the greatest negotiators in the world renegotiate trade agreements so they work for working people in North Carolina, in Indiana, and all across this country.
Pence also attacked Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton and President Barack Obama on foreign policy.
The weak foreign policy of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, of leading from behind, moving red lines, feigning resets with Russia, paying ransom to terrorist sponsoring states, has weakened America's place in the world and emboldened the enemies of our freedom.
Governor Pence's speech resonated with both the young.
It was so amazing for everyone here to see him come and truly understand that he cares not just about, the big cities like Raleigh and Charlotte, that he cares about smaller cities like Wilmington.
And shored up the conservative base.
I didn't know about Governor Pence. I didn't know much about him, but the more I hear him, the more I like him, and I believe that Donald Trump made the right choice.
Pence's running mate recently rolled out exactly, how his plan would jumpstart the American economy by cutting bureaucratic red tape and reform the country's tax code. Mr. Trump and Mr. Pence both say such moves will help small businesses like Manufacturing Methods here in the Port City thrive. Reporting in Leland, I'm Brandon Shope for Time Warner Cable News.